Have you ever heard someone say, read today, lead tomorrow? Or something along the lines of, once you learn how to read, you will always be free? Well, I do believe there's some truth to that, but also, not all books are created equally.
Personally, I've read many books. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. Some of them I gave up on, and some had me hooked from the start.
Well, today we'll be going over 5 essential self improvement books that not only had me hooked, but also impacted my life. And I believe it can change yours too. So let's get into it. Speaking of changes, let's start with Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, this book is exceptional and not only teaching us how to start, but also how to stick with new habits. It also teaches us the importance of getting 1% better every day. And I think James explained this best in the first chapter of the book. James uses the example of getting 1% better every day for a whole year. And he explains if you did that, then by the end of that year, you'd be 37 times better off than when you started. Another interesting thing that James brings to our attention is the connection between our identity and our behavior. James explains this best in the example of someone who's trying to quit smoking. He explains that their goal is not simply to skip a cigarette now and again, but their goal is to be a non-smoker. He explains that how our identity that we give ourselves and the way other people identify us plays a crucial role in reinforcing our old habits, but also in forming new habits. Now, this actually used to be a bit of a problem for me because I used to identify myself as someone who was shy and hated talking to people. So in order to change that, I started a habit of making small talk with strangers whenever I got the chance to. And actually the book that made that easier for me is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So this book not only has a very special place in my heart, but it was also instrumental to my self-improvement. As I said before, I was someone who suffered from really bad social anxiety. It came to a point where I would be overwhelmed talking to strangers, friends, and even my own family. But this book changed it all. It taught me the importance of paying attention to people's interests and how to really listen. And it helped me become a better listener, which, fun enough, made me a better talker too. This is because it teaches you how to learn people's interests and how to show importance to them by talking in terms of their interests. Dale also expresses the importance of learning someone's name. Remember that to them, their name is the sweetest and best sound that they could ever hear. So ask someone for their name, remember it, and then use it often. Though I think I should add that I have heard some people say that this book teaches you how to be a people pleaser or how to manipulate people to get the things that you want. However, the people that say that are honestly fine in between. I think a book that many would agree suits the description a lot more is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is almost a little controversial, with some people seeing it as immoral while others seeing it as eye-opening. But for me, personally, I think it's a bit of both. I think this book, if I had to explain it in one sentence, it would be a book that teaches you about the tools of power and how to use power to do good, or how to use power to protect you from those that might want to manipulate you. Personally, I think this book is brilliant. From the way that Robert explains the laws, to his examples, to their ties to real life situations. My favorite law is Law 25, recreate yourself. Now, this law states that you shouldn't let society create your identity and that you should be the master of your own image and not let others define it for you. I love this law because it teaches you to think of yourself and for yourself. And by doing this, you actually tie into a key concept to the next book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, this book is a little bit different. Based on the title, you'd assume that it's a book only for the finance world. But it's not. It goes so much deeper. This book teaches you to focus and to pay attention to what you really want, and it teaches you to have an unwavering faith in your abilities so that you can dare to dream big. This book actually teaches you how to define your desire, how to remain focused on it, and most importantly, how to take action towards it. If I'm being completely honest with you, this book actually played a big role in me starting this channel. Like, I always had the dream to do it, but I just never took the action towards starting. Okay, before we get into the book that had the biggest impact in my life, I'm going to give you 2 honorable mentions that were just too good to leave out. The first being The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and the second, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Now, these books taught me 2 different things. The Art of War taught me how important it is to look at the bigger picture, how to plan thoroughly, and more importantly, how to know when to take action. And now, Meditations taught me something almost as important. It taught me how to self-reflect and to not take other people's thoughts and actions personally. And it changed my view on how I view these things. And I honestly think we all could learn something from these 2 books. But now, let's get into the big one. Hey guys, I just want to check in while I've been editing. I want to apologize for the bad quality on the previous two videos. I promise you the next video will be better. But while we're here, please like and subscribe and share the video if you enjoyed it. Now let's get into it. Okay, and now finally to the book that had the biggest impact in my life. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Now this book is especially special to me because it taught me the importance of finding out what's important to you and how to focus on that. How to not give a shit about things that don't matter and you can't control. How to find your own purpose and what you need to do and then to continue doing that. Personally, I was someone who would always spread myself too thin. Try too many things, focus on too many things, give my energy to too many people that just didn't matter. And then this book taught me that really focus on what you really believe and what focus on your core values. And that's something I think we all could learn. In this book, Mark teaches you how to not give a shit about things that don't matter or things you can't control, even if other people think it's really important. But you know what I actually think is really important? Your guys' opinion. So let me know what books you think I should read, and if you want a deeper dive into any of the books that I mentioned in this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.